Another one that people will quickly recognize involves physical contact is first aid. And you may not be a first aid trained person, that doesn't matter. Remember this definition of duty of care: to behave as a responsible parent would. So if a child cuts themselves or hurts themselves, they need first aid. They need the wound clearing up and, dressing on it and what have you. Now, in schools, there will always be first aid trained people. Even in a primary school, there'll be 4, 5, maybe even 6 people who are trained for first aid. But there's always going to be an occasion when they're not around, when you may have the kids out on a trip and you've got the green box. And if a child hurts themselves, you're the one who's responsible for applying first aid. Because if you don't, you're failing in your duty of care. I mean, if my child came home with a graze on her knee, and I said, "How'd you get that?" And she said, "Oh, I fell over." Well, why didn't you teach her clean it up? Oh, she said she wasn't first aid trained, so she couldn't do it. I'd be down to that school wanting to know why that teacher had failed in their duty of care towards my child. So don't put yourself in a position where people can say you've been negligent just because you're not first aid trained. That's irrelevant. If you want to get first aid trained, ask your head or the person responsible for CPD in the school. It's great. I've been first aid trained and it gives you a lot of confidence, but it's not necessary to be trained in order to apply it. But it is something where you're going to come into physical contact with children in quite an intimate way sometimes. So be confident about that. Hi everybody, my name is Alan Newland and I've been in education for over 40 years now, both as a teacher in a primary school, as a head teacher, as a lecturer in teacher education, as an advisor to the Department for Education and at the General Teaching Council for England. So I've decided to put my sessions online. I think these professionally recorded and edited sessions provide an excellent solution to the teaching and learning challenges we face in the coming months. They provide an innovative way of providing content to students and trainees that you can deliver at your convenience in the time that you choose. And it engages students, I think, in a way that keeps them interested and maintains their concentration levels. So if you're interested in accessing these videos, do get in touch with me through the contact details that are on screen now. I'll be very happy to answer any queries or questions that you have, and I look forward to talking to you.